Good afternoon, beloved friends. Mengel here. I'm actually coming to you today for a marketing purpose. I have been asked by various peers and other authors, and they want to know, how I grew my base, my platform, to over 10,000. Now, in the whole big grand scheme of things, I'm still at a relatively early point of my writing career, just as many others are, and in by no way am I a bestseller yet. Having a platform of millions. But once you reach 10,000, it's a milestone, and you've got a little bit of a foundation set to the marketing of your brand, which is very important because your brand is you as an author. Once you start thinking of yourself as a brand, you can really find your own identity, and people can latch on to it based on whether the type of things that you share and how you communicate and how you interact, your artwork and everything that goes with your books and everything. As long as you maintain your brand identity, people will start recognizing it. Now, the purpose of this video is to say how I grew my base to 10,000 plus, which is my platform. Platform is across all avenues of social media, including search engines such as Google and Bing, Yahoo, and so that is critical, on how easily searchable you are. And that actually has a lot to do with your promotions that you set up in your page, because when people search for you, they may view your promotion and say, oh, who's this? Type your name in Google and see what comes up. So that's really important to manage that as well. So, and then also I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's next for myself and how I'm going to get myself to the next level. So when I get to the 10,000, then I talk about the 20,000, the 25, and the 50, and the 100, and as you get further and further along, you get a bigger and bigger platform. Not only are you selling more books and having more readers, you're a lot more appealing to the big publishers of New York or the movie studios in Hollywood, TV, and all sorts of other stuff, and it starts putting yourself on the map. So one of the biggest things that I have been doing, and the number one thing, is I'm not spending too much time writing the next book. I'm like a lot of other authors. I get excited about my stories. I get excited about my characters. I don't let them rule my life. I understand the importance that our books need a period to go out into the world and to find readers and be marketed, and that doesn't happen automatically. So unless you're published by Random House or HarperCollins or Knopf or Penguin, you're going to have to do a lot of that work yourself. And it is work, but it can be fun work. I personally have a lot of fun promoting my brand and my books. So that's a big thing. Next thing is I follow what's called the 80-20 rule. That is important because nobody just wants to be sold to and marketed to all the time. You have to find a way to connect. So 80% of your posts really should be something that's probably not related to your writing, but somehow you may be able to tie back to it at some point. Or you can discuss, you can plug your writing, you can plug your books, your characters, and everything like that in a post about culture or a trending topic or music or art or philosophy or anything else that you can plug your book, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're putting a buy link there. You're not trying to say, oh, buy my book. Right now I'm just trying to connect with you. Okay, you have to make that connection. In 2018, I went on the Take a Journey book tour with fellow author Jeremy Croston. And that actually doubled my sales for that year. So it was a very successful tour. And it was a mixture of different type of events. There were smaller author discussion series events, where you'd get with like another local author in the area and you just have some discussions about what's going on in the business. There'd be book on a bench drop, so you could actually leave a book for somebody to find. There were readings and signings and various other things on that tour. But getting yourself out from behind the keyboard is a really big thing for the writer to connect with their readers. Now, of course, with what's going on in the world today, we have to basically get back behind the keyboard. Everything has changed. So, practicing strategic marketing and not just marketing, hey, buy my book willy-nilly, kind of just whenever, tying it in to things that your base can relate to will help you build brand awareness. Okay, it's not necessary. You're not necessarily going to get a ton of sales from each advertisement that you set up. Because people sometimes have to see things 7 or 8 times before they make a decision and say, oh yeah, let me buy it. Let me take a chance on this author. So, promotions have to be targeted strategically based on the interests of your group. You have to go to insights on your page. Okay, look at the Facebook insights, find out where your audience is from. If you have an audience that's in Brazil, like I do, find out about Brazil. Find out ways that you can connect with them and share posts to your page that they would find interesting. And discover ways and find ways that you might be able to relate it back to your work. So that helps a lot. And for the future and what's next, I'm going to continue to not spend too much time working on the next book. 1 book a year is absolutely plenty for an author because you need to give your books time to find their readership and grow an audience. Not everybody who follows you on your page is going to be reading your books. Sometimes they just follow you because maybe they find you interesting for one reason or another. I have a lot of followers on my page who like to watch these type of videos. They like to see me on videos. I get a lot of views. Not all of them are reading my books. That's a separate audience that is also part of my platform, part of my page. But you have to get to know the people. Put yourself out there. And I'm not saying putting all your personal information, your personal business. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about put yourself out there. Say, hey, I'm a person. I'm not just somebody behind the page. Let's connect. Your insights go up. My insights went up to record highs just a few weeks ago. And a lot of it is just getting to know the people who follow my page. So the final thing that I'm going to be doing in the future, to bring myself to the next level, is networking and collaboration. You have to know not only your peers and study them and what they are doing, you also have to know and study the level of people in their writing career who are one level up from you, where you're trying to get to go. You have to study, now what are they doing? Because they don't have a base of 10,000 on their page. They have a base of 100,000. It's like, what are they doing? What do I need to do to get that level? And then also collaboration. I'm not talking about collaboration writing a project. I'm talking about collaborating with your peers and sharing platforms. There's a lot of readers out there. We're not in competition, and there's no reason to behave as such. Let's collaborate. Everyone here is in the same business. We're all writing books. And we all have a lot of readers and a lot of platforms that we can share. I always encourage peer authors to share their content on this page, as long as it's not erotica. And, some people have taken me up on that offer. So I definitely feel that collaboration is our future as indies. Promotional collaboration is our future as indies. So take care, everyone. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the rest of your week.